here. Listen, I just want to let everybody know that I pranked Abby with shoes during the rehearsal dinner. They were red sparkle shoes with spikes on them. Those weren't what I was supposed to be wearing. What I really bought those for was self-defense. I just want to make sure everybody knows.
You popped Wyatt's balloon.
I told him what was going to happen.
Have you ever seen a little kid get sad instantly and then cry?
So I'm going to explain that after we do the introductions. But the guest that I'm about to bring on is a former computer programmer who left a world full of technology to open up her own restaurant and start her own business. A business that people from all over New Jersey, especially Central Jersey, stop in to eat in as often as they can. If you're from here, you've probably seen her locations, formerly in the Hamilton Marketplace, Route 33 currently, and she just recently opened up Pump It Up Kitchen in Robert Wood Johnson Fitness and Wellness Center over on Quaker Bridge Road. I've been wanting to get more people from this area on the show, and having this amazing lady on is another step in doing that. You'll find a lot about her during the show today. So without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Kathy RANA! God, I hope I said that right.
You did.
I did? Oh, thank God.
Good job.
I could breathe a sigh of relief.
Well done.
I keep
Beautiful.
pronouncing it Rana when it comes up in my email.
It was one or the other. I just had to make sure. How you doing? You okay?
Yes.
I just loved how she was kind of just sitting back and taking everything in as we're talking about hot sauce over here. For some reason, Ralph Cologne has hot sauce in Poland Spring bottles, just so everybody knows what's going on. Grown-ass man is interviewing people about Legos, putting hot sauce in mason jars. That man has too many hobbies that he has no business having. But anyways, everybody, if you're okay with doing it.
We can give it a shot.
All right, we're about to break out this sauce. I got the sauce right here. So this one is called Morga Scorpion. It's a garlic one. It says it's from Trinidad, just so everybody knows that I know how to read. But while we're talking, I want to explain how I popped my nephew's balloon. So what happened is the shoes that I was wearing, right? You know, they had spikes on them, as I said, and I found this out later. He thought they were fake.
The spikes?
Yes. So he decides to go start hitting my foot with his balloon, and I was just like, try it, pop it, see what happens.
And it
And he hit full force.
that was the end of the balloon.
Decided to pop the balloon, and yeah, his face was shocked for about 10 minutes. You know, for 10 seconds, actually, excuse me. 10 minutes would be a very long time, I'd be
That'd be a
worried.
very long time.
Yeah. But he was crying after that, and he was very upset. But I talked to him, and we talked it out. We're good now. Me and
That's
my
good.
nephew are on good terms again after
get him a
his
new
balloon
balloon?
crisis.
You owe him balloons?
If he
Yeah.
does, I'm not going to be getting one. So, but yeah, that was basically what happened. So I pranked her at the wedding with shoes that kind of matched the hot sauce we're about to eat, and yeah, and my nephew popped a balloon on my shoe.
How old's your nephew?
He's 6. He'll be 7 in March,
Oh.
right?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sure that was
my-
pretty devastating.
My buddy.
Yeah, that's
He's
devastating.
he's the first born out of like nieces and nephews too. So
Oh, okay.
like he always holds a little
Number one,
special
yep.
place.
There you go.
And like his sister is very energetic and she's very much the star of the show.
Personally, I'm a big CJ fan, but that's just me.
Yeah. I love all my nieces and nephews.
We promise we love them equally. Wink, wink, nudge. nudge.
I do love them equally. They're all really just
All right,
incredible.
So we doing this? I'll get one of the ones with more of them. It's okay. As the host, I should take the bullet.
Cheers.
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 See you on the other side.
All right.
Oh God.
Ah.
Hot.
It's like a little hotter than Tabasco sauce.
I can see it.
Yeah.
But Tabasco sauce is kind of just there. They don't put like any real flavor in it. I don't feel like. I feel like when you put stuff in it, it kind of dulls the heat a little bit.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely sipping vinegar in here.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's a little sweet, actually, too.
The only thing I was looking for is the garlic. I'll be honest.
Did you get the garlic?
A little bit.
Mm.
I've gotten more garlicky ones.
Yeah.
When they said garlic on it, I was excited. I get excited for the sweet ones, and I get excited for the garlic ones.
The
Is that
garlic
wrong
has
with
a,
me?
I think the garlic just has a hard time standing up to the chilies.
Think so?
I think so.
All right. I wouldn't
some
know
point it
because
gets
I can't
overpowered.
cook.
At some point, it gets overpowered.
You're like, I am lucky that I am able to walk into my kitchen and it doesn't explode.
Oh, really?
Like, just spontaneously combust. I can't cook for anything.
Have you tried? Do you have a disaster story?
Oh, I do.
I want to hear this.
You remember this.
I actually don't. Not off the top of my head.
Okay,
What
so
happened, Abby?
okay, I learned to cook really through the pandemic.
Okay. A lot of people did.
Before that, I burned water usually, but during the pandemic, I got HelloFresh
Okay.
because I'm really good at following directions for the most part. But I
You
went
good at
to
reading
make
labels?
yeah, I went to make I think it was like a balsamic pear
I just
sauce.
want to stop you really quick. I just want to say I make a mean PB&J sandwich. All
Uh-huh.
right?
You don't even do that. I do that.
That's all I was going to say. Carry on.
But so what ended up happening, it was grilled chicken with Brussels sprouts
Nice.
cooked in the oven. Which when you cook them, I actually like when they're burnt because then they're crispy like a
Crispier.
potato chip.
Yeah.
But I cooked Brussels sprouts with this grilled chicken, and then I made this. It ended up being like toffee and tacky because I overcooked the sugar content. Yeah, and then
I
I put
still
it.
ate
It was like you need to put this on the plate, and it should run down the chicken. And I was like,
Too thick.
it made candy on the plate,
Oh.
and literally I just ended up with this like burnt, weird, somewhat sweet, somewhat a weird like from the balsamic part
Right.
of it,
Mm-hmm.
and it
I
just
just got too reduced.
the whole meal was just awful.
Didn't I still
And
eat
the-
it?
You tried, and like
I thought I ate the whole thing.
And were you the good husband and you've had it?
I thought I was pretty sure I ate the
you
whole
probably did. I think you didn't eat the Brussels sprouts, and you definitely took off the candy at that point.
thing. Why you
And then
gotta
I
make me
said,
look bad?
okay. And then I said, okay, let's go eat out. Let's order out. Like that was a
Wasn't it
DoorDash
during
night.
COVID?
Yeah,
I was about to say we can't really eat
it was
out.
it was a DoorDash night for sure. That and but on the plus side, I make a mean Captain Crunch chicken.
That's good.
So I have
is
my
true.
disaster story, but
That's good. No.
or remember the first time I made spaghetti and meatballs too, and then I set the fire alarm off
Oh yeah, that was great.
trying to boil pasta.
Well, how did you do that?
I don't know.
Did it somehow.
I think because I didn't put a lid on the pot,
Okay.
and it just like all the steam rose up and the fire alarm started going
Really?
off.
We heard fire
Like-
trucks
Oh, wow.
after that, and we thought it was us for a
Yeah, I
second.
was
Oh
like,
my
oh no.
More than once I've set off smoke detector. so
Yeah.
it happens.
Been there.
Well,
It happens.
How often does it happen to you? I'm curious.
It hasn't happened in a while.
Okay.
But yeah, usually if I'm like cooking, doing catering in someone's house, that's
when it
when I'm
happens?
most likely to set
Okay.
off the smoke detector.
All right.
Because the fan isn't going right or something.
Something will blow
And
it in that
it
direction.
took-
And
it
then
took a
they're
while
not-
to
and they
learn
don't
about the
usually
fan.
cook, so it's like yeah.
You know, I'm kind of curious if
happens.
like anybody's like ever set off like a sprinkler doing something like that.
Probably, I don't know. I haven't done that, but usually
Okay.
in people's homes, you
I
don't
could just
expect
like
this.
imagine it.
Yeah, it'd be
You
unfortunate.
know what I mean? I really would.
I would make a big mess.
So
Big mess.
the first thing that I want to ask about is how you kind of just transitioned from being a computer programmer to Jersey Girl Cafe, because that's got to be a hell of a transition to make in your life. How was it going from the tech world to starting your own business, and what made you want to do it?
So I was working at Bell Labs and Lucent Technologies, and I started there when they first were founded, and when things were really good, and everybody got a founder's grant, and everybody was happy, and
Yeah.
really it was great. And then after a few years, things started to take a
Okay.
turn. They had competition, and
Right.
it was just getting more difficult. And so I decided, maybe it's time to do something different.
Else.
Something else. And I was a manager there, and one of the people who worked for me was leaving to go to medical school to become a nurse.
Okay.
So going from technology into nursing. I
Got it.
thought, wow, that's
Yeah.
interesting. That's a big change. That's not
Yeah,
just like
that is a
changing
big change.
companies, you know, it's a big
Yeah.
change. It's like, wow, what could I do? So I looked at a couple different things, and I came back to food. I just love cooking and eating and trying new things. And I saw an ad in the back of a magazine for a personal chef business.
Okay.
And there's personal chefs who actually go to people's homes and cook meals
Okay.
for people who don't have time to cook or don't want to cook or don't know
Right.
how to cook or
Yeah.
can't make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, that kind of
Got it.
thing. And so I started out doing that
I try.
part-time. And then I also started doing cooking classes and community ed program.
Got it.
And then I got to the point where it's, you know what, it's time to make a change.
Okay, so
So-
one thing just basically kind of led to
Kind
another
of led to another.
until it led to Jersey Girl, pretty much.
Pretty much. Well, then I started, I quit my regular day job after a while, and I started catering, because catering is great, especially corporate
Yeah.
catering. Every place I ever worked, people order lunch or breakfast for meetings. And I thought, okay, I could do that. That could
Okay.
be really good. So I did that, and I rented the kitchen out of the Yardville VFW.
Okay.
And we were there for about a year and a half, and it was a great deal. But part of the deal was they offered lunch
Okay.
at the bar. And the deal was the commander of the VFW didn't want to have to take care of the food.
Right.
So he said, okay, if you can do lunch for us, Monday through Friday, we'll let you kind of be here. And
Alright.
so we did that. And it was a lot of fun. Met a lot of really nice people, a lot of really cool people.
That does sound fun.
It was fascinating.
Do you have any bar stories during lunch or no?
No, but the Yardville VFW is haunted.
Oh,
Ooh.
okay.
It is.
See, I was just thinking it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Nah,
It's
it's haunted.
5 o'clock in the
Okay.
ghost world.
Exactly.
Well, maybe 5 a.m. when
Wait,
it's
so
still
do
dark
they
out.
have like a history or stories? Or?
It's an old building.
Mm.
It's an old building. It's been around for a long time, been in different things, and yeah.
So like, favorite paranormal experience? I don't know if you could ever favor them.
Well, I didn't see it, but plenty of other people, like bartenders and people who work there, told me things about things moving around,
Okay.
things sliding across the floor, like just, yeah.
I'm really fascinated. Like we actually, I think we were maybe 2-3 months into dating.
I know what she's about to talk about. We went to White Hill Mansion. I don't know if you know what that
in
is.
Fieldsboro.
Oh, I've heard of it. Yeah.
And the building was built in 1723. The Revolutionary War, one of the battles broke out right on the front lawn there. And
There's
it was
a lot of ghosts in the Bordentown area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like,
Mhm.
basically, we went on a ghost hunt maybe 2 or 3 months in, and downstairs was a speakeasy during Prohibition. And we were going through the wine cellar part, and I looked into this room, and I saw this little dancing light. It couldn't be really explained,
Mm-hmm.
but I was like, okay, that was weird. And then at the same time, he heard a growl.
Well, that's also because I opened the door. I
Yeah.
started to open it, and clearly there is something back there. It didn't want me back there,
Mm-hmm.
so
And then we
I
just
took a
kind of
couple steps back.
we
Wow.
kind of looked at each other. We were like, did we just, all right, never mind.
Moving on.
Fast forward to, I think it was 2021. It was,
They did which show? Which
it was Ghost Hunters
Ghost
went there.
Hunters.
Okay.
The Taps crew. They're gold star, gold standard of paranormal television at this point. The camera guy, there's video of it. The camera guy was standing in the same place that John was, and the camera guy caught the growl.
Really?
Oh, and he ran like a little bitch. I just took a couple steps back.
He ran, yeah.
Really?
But yeah, same place, same kind of position, holding the camera, and you audibly heard it because they
Didn't he
enhanced it.
hide behind a couch and everything? too?
Yeah, he went to the stairs area, and it's weird and also
That's weird.
The
validating
ghost guy is the
that
one who does that.
our
You
experience
both-
together
Yeah.
was commonly shared experience.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I can't tell you like the weird things that happened in that house. And then our old apartment in Mount Holly too, like it started to shift. And I don't know why. It was like I've always had a fascination with the Burlington County Jail.
Mm-hmm.
And for
We did
some
live by
reason,
there.
yeah, we lived, 2 minutes down the road.
Okay.
At some point in my life, it brought me 2 minutes down the road from something I'd always been fascinated by.
I remember when you moved to Mount Holly.
Yeah, because I
Yeah.
wasn't coming in.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a little bit more of a drive.
Yeah, it was a sad time. I like the energy around there it's different. Like now.
I don't know if you went to a place. I don't know if you've ever been to a place called Dad's Bar and Grill, but that's where we were going a lot, and I had a lot of their nachos.
Uh-huh.
Too many
And I feel
nachos.
like I have a body that fits into a place called Dad's. So I think that at least was a good time. Although I tried going to a couple Eagles games over there because a lot of Eagles fans go, but it was just a lot of old guys and it was very depressing. So I was happy to move back to Mercer County.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, like that, and like I could DoorDash Jersey Girl again.
There you go.
And then I found
So much
out, you guys were coming to the gym, and I was like, oh my god!
So
Like
excited.
Pump It Up Kitchen, I love it. I'm not a morning person, so dragging my body out of bed is physically just hard. And so,
She
like,
does better than
it
me.
offers,
I literally drag out of bed.
it
Like my
offers
lower body
like
leaves the floor first.
the perfect spot for breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, like everything that's right there for me.
I am still
Perfect.
I am still a hot Shelby guy. I can't get away from it.
Hot Shelby Rice Bowl.
I,
all the way.
I can't escape that.
There you go.
Yeah.
So just really quick, do you still work with computers in any way or any capacity today or no?
I mean, I feel like I'm pretty good solving any technology type of problems that I
Okay.
might come across. I used to still do some programming in BASIC for like my Excel spreadsheets.
She loves telling me I'm a tech tard.
God, I don't use that word.
Yes, you
but-
do. You've definitely used it.
No.
But I had started out as a computer programmer. I went to NJIT for my bachelor's. I got a master's in computer science from Villanova University. I started as a programmer, and then I got tired of getting bad requirements, so I decided I'm going to become a systems engineer to write requirements because I can do better. And then I got tired of bad projects. And it's like, okay, I'm going to become a project manager, and I'll
Okay.
do good projects. I can do this, right? I know this. And working or owning a restaurant is just a series of projects. You're like a project manager every
Okay.
day. There's things you got to do. We expanded the cafe, and that was a huge project.
Right.
And you're working with different contractors and vendors and coordinating.
Got it.
And even with the team, it's coordinating with the front of the house and the back of the house and making sure everything gets done, is ready for service.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of projects.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But Jersey Girl Cafe has been open for quite a long time. It's been about 10 years?
12 years. We
12,
opened
okay.
2011.
Okay.
We opened the week in August. The week
Got
there
it.
was an earthquake, and then a
I remember
hurricane that week.
my
Oh, and then the
God.
locusts were
I remember
needed to
that.
come.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah.
I remember the hurricane. I don't remember the earthquake.
You want me to-
I
Oh,
feel it.
God.
Not
I
everybody
remember
felt
that.
the earthquake. So it was, I
Yeah.
think it was a Tuesday, and we were going to open, I think, Wednesday or Thursday. And I was standing in the back of the restaurant,
Oh God.
talking to one of the people who used to work at the Yardville VFW, and I heard this loud rumbling noise, like a train was going by, or like a really loud truck. And the lights in the front of the cafe started swinging back and forth. And I thought, man, I got to have lunch or something. And there was a salon next to us, and all the women came running out of the salon. And I'd never been in an earthquake before, so I didn't know what had happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then people kind of realized what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was crazy.
Oh my God.
I have a
that's
funny
crazy.
story from that. So my mom was at work, and my brother was in charge of watching me that day specifically. And we had put on the movie Paul, which is about an alien. And this was back when we had the Blu-ray player.
Oh.
Or it was either a DVD or Blu-ray, one of the two. But we had the player, so it had a title screen. and the title screen was a spaceship coming down. So as the earthquake started, that spaceship was coming down with all the sounds and everything, and we had surround sound.
Oh, wow.
So we lost it.
Oh, that's
I
crazy.
asked my brother what was going on. He told me, I don't know, stop moving. We
Is
were.
that Steve or Mark?
It was Steve. So this is happening on our screen, and we're
And
hearing
in real
all
life.
the sounds, and then we're shaking back and forth,
That's crazy.
and it was just such a moment, and we were like, "What happened here?"
Just had an out of body experience.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Oh,
But
that
that's
is
why
beautiful.
I'll never
That's
forget that
yeah.
because it was just
That's
it was
memorable.
really freaky.
It is. It was very freaky. Very
we
freaky.
weren't on a 4D ride, so.
Right? Yeah, that's
Pretty
weird.
sure pretty sure I was just getting home when I first heard about it. I was walking in the house and I forget who told me, my mom or my dad. They were like, "There's an earthquake that just happened." I was like, "Really? Where?"
Yeah, I think it was in the afternoon too, or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was literally just going about my day, and nothing was wrong. So this was the week you guys opened up.
So so the earthquake happened on Tuesday. I think we opened on Thursday, and then that Saturday into Sunday there was a hurricane coming.
Yep.
And
that I remember.
And that was horrifying because we had just opened and the refrigerator is full of food and the freezer is full of food. And it's what if we lose power? We're done before we even get started. So I had these coolers. I filled them up with ice and put stuff in it in case we lost power. And luckily we were okay.
Yeah.
So we
Good.
made it through. We were closed Saturday. I think we closed early Saturday. We were closed on Sunday and we reopened on Monday kind of thing. And it all worked out. But
'Cause I
yeah.
remember we lost
That must be
power.
So terrifying.
I
though.
remember we lost power for a couple days, and then Sandy came. We didn't lose power at all somehow.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, we lost power for 6 days.
Yeah.
The cafe, we lost power for 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
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 I remember because I was waitressing at the time during Sandy, and I just remember my job was still open because I worked at a diner, a small town diner, and it was just people trying to get gas, and then the electric workers. That's it. And the lines for gas were
Oh yeah.
crazy. I worked off of Veterans Highway in Jackson, so it just
Yeah.
it was
Yeah, we were
crazy.
closed for a few days, and I was watching on Facebook, seeing people that were saying, "Oh, we got power back. We got power back." Right? And one of our friends, they lived on a street behind the cafe on Shady Lane, and when she said we got power back, it's okay. And I went to the cafe, and the power was back on.
Nice.
And it's all right, go to Restaurant Depot, restock everything. Yeah.
Oh my God.
And then we were packed because there's still places weren't open.
Yeah, well, places weren't open, and nobody really had the
Yeah.
We'd run out of supplies to cook
Mm-hmm.
and stuff.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
We filled our bathtubs, and then that was it.
Yeah, it was awful.
Pretty much.
And there were people in
It's-
Robbinsville who didn't have power for 2-3 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really
Yeah.
bad.
And then my friend's school, because we're out of South Jersey, they actually used the school to house people affected in Seaside and Point Pleasant and everything.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause the school was in Toms River, so she actually had to end up coming to our school for a week to learn
Oh wow.
and evaluate. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
I
it
can't
was
even
it was
imagine.
pretty crazy, but it's one of those things that you'll never forget, and you'll never forget fake Halloween right after.
Oh, when they
too.
moved Halloween.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
You can't
You
do that.
can't move
Like, come on, man.
Halloween.
No, dude.
No, no,
But,
Doesn't
no.
make any sense.
No, 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 no.
The first time I heard about Restaurant Depot, it was funny because I worked for a diner who ran out of eggs on a Saturday or on a Sunday. On a Sunday morning, they 86 the eggs.
Oh my gosh. Who let that happen?
Not me.
Who was supposed to buy the eggs on Saturday and they
Yeah,
fell
no,
down on that?
86 eggs on a Sunday
That's bad.
at a diner. Ugh.
Mm-mm.
That's
Oh,
very
man.
bad.
How long? I'm actually kind of curious. How long were you guys packed for, considering places still weren't open?
After
Without-
Sandy?
Yeah.
I think we opened on the weekend after a couple days after the storm. It's probably 3 or 4 days at least. And then people in the area started getting their power back because Actually, on Route 33, power lines had come down and the road was blocked too.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
And so you couldn't even drive on 33.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was,
Yeah.
it was awful.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. So, yeah, definitely for
Walking
a
a Jersey girl.
couple days. Because, yeah, you're right. People didn't have food. They couldn't go anyplace. There was no place to go.
Yeah.
It was just bad.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
And,
man.
Mm-hmm.
a place like ours, like everything's electric now.
Yep.
Too. There's no gas stove.
You're stuck.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Yes, I
Just
can.
gonna be going on snacks for the next 3-4
Well,
days.
listen, like you always keep the essentials. You always keep peanut butter and bread.
Mm-hmm.
Peanut
That's
butter
true.
and bread in the house. If you have that, you can survive.
Even though she likes to tell me I can't make that, apparently. But
No, I'm like, but honestly, like crackers count as a bread. So if you do peanut butter crackers, like that's what you survive on.
Yeah.
If you have nothing else, and peanut butter lasts a long time, and it's a good source of
it's coming
protein.
from somebody who doesn't like leftovers. Just so
Yeah,
you know.
I really don't. I have issues.
Survival
with
advice
leftovers.
from
Like,
the
I
non-leftover
put
queen.
it. I put it in the air fryer. I put it in the microwave. I put it in the oven. It's just not the same.
Well, I mean, it's leftover food.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
but
it's the
just-
same food. It's just not fresh.
Yeah, it just doesn't. It doesn't taste the same.
It's never going to be
Sometimes
the same.
Sometimes it's textures for me too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah,
the
like
sauces get funny when you reheat them.
Mhm.
And, yeah, it's never the same.
like rubbery pizza.
Mm-hmm.
I will eat leftover pizza. But I will do. But like,
You just have to accept it's going to be rubbery, though.
yeah, pretty.
never gonna be
much.
as good.
You can reheat pizza one time.
Yeah,
After that, you're just eating a plastic bag.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can't reheat pizza more than one time. If you gotta
Oh, no.
reheat it more than once, just accept it cold.
That's not good. Yeah.
I
Just-
honestly
just
though,
eat it cold after that.
Yeah.
I know it's not good, but like if you leave it out overnight and just room temperature pizza, so good for breakfast. It's not good. You should never leave food out more than 2 hours,
I'm judging.
or
you
else the
so
bacteria
hard.
start to come.
That's
like
true.
the 5-second rule.
Absolutely.
I never,
So.
I never had really a time frame on it.
No, that is like that's actually.
Yeah, it's like 2 to 3 hours.
I forget
max.
what the science is behind it, but and then my mom told me while I was in college because there was a college kid who unfortunately passed, but he had meal prepped, but he had left the pasta out for 5 days,
And you still ate it?
and he still ate it.
Well, now I see what happened to him.
Unfortunately, he got sick
Yeah.
from it and passed. But like,
Wow.
I was like, okay, I may be done.
But you would think that if it had been out there for that many days and you try to eat it, it's not going to taste very good.
I couldn't
Yeah.
imagine so.
I couldn't imagine.
Like you maybe get
Butter-
like one bite of that. And,
Like,
Yeah, and you spit it
and I
out.
can't imagine like one bite is gonna
No.
off somebody.
If you,
Yeah.
but like if you made butter noodles, the butter gets a weird, like, curdy texture too.
Oh.
It's so gross. I'm sorry.
Mm.
And I'm just like thinking back to leftovers
That is-
again.
That is a gross
my-
heathen
like,
of
my-
a
my
human
mom-
being right there.
Makes it's actually really good. My mom makes spaghetti and eggs with buttered like noodles.
Spaghetti and eggs?
Yeah, like, a
Like
scrambled egg
Scrambled eggs? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
on pasta. And
Nice.
it's really good. It's like I think my grandfather called it a war meal.
That's a
Oh,
spaghetti
okay.
He used to
taco
be-
kind of mom right
he
there.
used to be a chef in the military.
Oh, okay.
So when he served, he was a cook.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, he did spaghetti and eggs, and like I just remember like when she would open it, I'd be like, "Yep, that butter's definitely
Time to go.
questionable."
Time to go. Mm-hmm.
So, I did have another restaurant owner here one time. I don't know if you know who Tim McRae is.
I do know Tim.
Okay. So, you know the place he owns then, WTF, Where's the Food? And he was actually the first person to tell me this. Apparently, a lot of restaurants or sit-down places to eat in general, there's a lot of them that close their doors after 2 to 5 years. So, I mean, what's kind of like kept you guys going? What's kept you wanting to do it? I had a question on here, which, you know, I think it kind of got blocked over a little bit, but what's kind of kept you guys wanting to do it, and, you know, what's kept you guys going? Has it been, like, the catering? Has it been, you know, the events? Has it been stuff like that, the cooking classes? Is it just kind of a mix of all of it?
It's kind of a mix of all of it. So when COVID hit, a lot of things went away.
Oh, yeah.
the catering, the cooking classes, the events, all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. That all kind of, evaporated.
That'll do it.
Yeah, yes, it will. But we always had multiple channels for sales. So we had the cafe, and even before COVID happened, we were on DoorDash and Grubhub.
Yeah.
So when
Wow.
that shutdown kind of thing did happen, we were positioned well to ride the storm out kind of thing. Like the way, Chinese restaurants and pizzerias did. They did really, really well. They hung in there and they were okay.
Well, they're also like comfort foods that
Yeah,
people,
comfort, and it
like,
travel well.
It's the same everywhere.
And
pretty
it
much.
is, I mean, except for pizza, like Chinese food, you can heat up in the microwave pretty good.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so it's not terrible. So we were, fit into that. We're not like fine dining, we're casual dining. So
Yeah.
it fits. But I'm going to say, we've made adjustments over the years. We've added like rice bowls as a thing a couple of years ago. We started with that because we get a lot of people looking for gluten-free options. And also, you might want to have a sandwich for lunchtime, but you might not want to have a sandwich for dinner time. So to have a rice bowl instead is kind of a nice option. And also, we serve breakfast all day, which is really popular.
Okay.
So, those kinds of things have helped us get through. But yeah, a lot of restaurants come and go. And sometimes that has to do with more people's expectations when they start a business.
Yeah.
Because just about anybody can start a restaurant.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of work.
Yeah. I'm sure.
It is. And it's not something you can just like walk away from and expect it to keep going on its own. And sometimes people start out with like partnerships. They start a business with their best friend or, something. And sometimes those things don't work out. But there's lots of reasons why things don't work out, but lots of small businesses also don't work as well.
Well, yeah.
You just notice the restaurants a little bit more.
Okay.
Because it like food, I feel, is like a community thing.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically, like we gather around for food.
Mm-hmm.
If we're going out to do something, usually food is involved, and that goes back, I feel like, to caveman times where we'd all sit around the fire, tell stories, and we would eat food.
Mm-hmm.
So food is a very communal thing, and I think that's why it's missed more.
Mm-hmm.
Because every restaurant in the world, like, has at least one customer who says, this is my favorite spot to go.
Oh, for sure.
So
For
that's
sure.
why I feel like we feel it a lot.
You feel it
harder.
more, yes.
Yeah.
As opposed to if, like, the accounting firm closed. You don't feel it quite
Yeah,
as
we
much.
don't know who those guys
that's
are.
not a lot of people- that's not a lot of people's favorite place.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
exactly.
the H&R Block, not
Not
really.
so
I'm not trying to get my hot Shelby from an accounting firm and trying to have them like hike up everything. You know
What
I
I
mean?
will say is that my friend works, though, for an accounting firm, and every tax season, all their meals are paid for. They get weekly massages and everything.
We get really big orders from accounting firms.
Yeah?
Yep.
Well, it's because they
during
make good
tax
money,
season.
and they
want to keep them there.
They treat their people well. Like if you could do the work and you can survive it, then you get rewarded.
Well, you
big
need a
time.
good head massage after you want to pull your hair out.
That's so true.
Yeah.
I feel like that makes sense.
No doubt about that.
Really quick, what's your favorite type of event to host? As we've said, you do a different number of events. Jersey Girl does different types of events. Do you like the kids' classes, the dinner parties, the fundraisers, or is it something else?
We just did a cooking class for Girl Scouts last weekend.
Oh, cool.
We did a pasta making class.
Okay.
And they did really good. And it's really nice to see when they make something and you can't mess up the pasta. So they're almost always successful. Everybody's happy with it.
I was about to say, apparently I can't make PB&J. So.
We can teach you how to make pasta, John.
All right.
But it's satisfying when they can sit down and they eat it and it's like they like it.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
that's cool.
and they were like 7, 8, 9-year-old kids, so they can
Oh
be
my
really
God.
fussy eaters,
Mm-hmm.
and they liked it a lot. For me, the most fun thing though are private dinner parties.
Okay.
We do like 5-course dinner parties, and usually it's like for an anniversary or some kind of a special event kind of thing, and you can offer like a fine dining experience for people in their home,
Okay.
and that's really nice.
Now, you don't have any stories from the bar, probably because it was lunchtime, but do you have any, like, dinner party stories that you want to share?
Stories. So we did a dinner party. So we
The light bulb just went
Yeah,
off.
right. So for a while years ago, American Express had a thing where you could get points with your charge card, and you could turn it in. You could buy stuff, or you could turn it in for an experience. And we were like the preferred chef service in the Princeton area for American Express points. So we did some really nice dinners for that.
Oh yeah.
And
It's
then
like the preferred card in that area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then kind of related to that is we were a caterer that one of the New Jersey senators was using.
Okay.
And they hosted a dinner at the one of the houses where Einstein lived when he came to Princeton University.
Wow.
And it's actually the house that
I actually didn't even know he went there.
Yeah,
Yes.
they have like statues.
he was big on Brigham.
I don't go to Princeton that much.
There's a whole movie about it. So anyway, so it's actually part of the seminary, not seminary, that's part of Princeton University.
Yeah.
So like the deacon or whatever lived in that house kind of thing. So we did a dinner party for that house, and the people who were invited, there were some Nobel Prize winners.
Oh, cool.
And it wasn't like the Peace Prize or anything like that, but it was
still
like
very cool.
economics. But it was still very, very cool experience. It is interesting listening to the conversations that people were having. So,
Are they
yeah.
as like snooty as people imagine them to be?
No, they were very nice actually.
Listen. I'd be okay with having to deal with another Sheldon from The Big Bang Theory if I get a nice story.
There
out
you
of
go.
it, all right.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say.
So that was very
you know, like I don't know. I just think like Princeton elevated and
Yeah.
I mean,
I can see
if
it.
you go there, like there's a lot of people who think that way.
Oh, sure.
But I'm sure like some of the nicest people are just quiet and
Exactly.
reserved.
It's
So, I actually like the fact that you brought up like the pasta dish from the kids class because I'm actually about to get into something else. So you guys have a YouTube channel that you don't really use much these days.
Yeah.
By the way, everybody subscribe. We're at 260. Shameless plug. But I looked it up and there's a lot of cool videos up there. You made Moroccan spiced chicken with Kathy Campbell of Mercer County Woman magazine. You made pasta based off The Lady and the Tramp.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you made me think of that. And you just have other great cooking related videos on there as well. You teach people how to dice an onion as well as a carrot. You don't teach people how to spread the peanut butter, which I didn't appreciate.
No, next time.
All right,
Next,
thank you. I
next,
appreciate
next
that.
YouTube video going up there.
I was gonna say I feel a little bit.
We'll
left
have some
out here.
recommendations.
All right. I don't want to give too much of the channel away, so I'll just ask this. What's your favorite thing to make on a daily basis when you're at the cafe? Don't tell me hot Shelby just for me.
The hot Shelby, John's hot Shelby rice bowl. It brings us all joy.
With the Chipotle.
With the Chipotle. Everybody gets Chipotle. So
So good, I get 2 of them.
there you go. You know, we could give you just one bowl with extra rice and extra chicken if you want.
You didn't tell me that.
I was talking to Kate about that. I was like, I saw John. I wish Josh So so we started out offering French fries. We always had French fries because you have a sandwich, you want French fries,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And then we added sweet potato fries to the menu because it's like, they're a little healthy and
Why not?
they're still fun, right? And they're delicious. And then one day we were doing something and there was a bag of tots in the freezer from catering. And I was like, let's cook that. And I think we turned them into garlic parm tots because we had garlic parm fries.
I've had those quite a
And
few
then when that happened, there was a hobby shop next to us.
times. Now there's a hobby shop next to you again.
Yes. Same hobby shop. Same hobby shop. We're following them.
Yep.
So some of the kids would come over and it was like, try this. And we sent it, we gave it to, and then they all came in trying to get this thing that we didn't really have on the menu. And from there, we created the taco tots. And the taco tots are the tater tots with chorizo sausage, jalapeno aioli, our house-made pico de gallo, and queso fresco.
That's my coworker's
And
favorite.
they taste great, but they also look so pretty, and they look like they take a lot of work, and they're just the easiest thing in the world to make. So it's like
that one?
so it's like it looks so nice. All the colors are there, and it's bright and vibrant, and it looks delicious, and it's not hard to do.
I like
Leave
it.
it up to a group of nerds. Jeff.
There you go.
Yeah, right?
Hobby shop kids. There you go.
Listen,
Yeah,
they
man.
have like in that hobby shop. There's these gross sodas. So they drink these ones that are like monster boogers, and my favorite. It's pineapple mango, but it's called Kitty Piddle, and it's yellow.
I refuse. I've seen that. I refuse to drink it.
I think
I
It's
refuse.
delicious. There's
I'll,
unicorn yak.
I'll stick to this and try to make you sniff it so you can just look at me disgusted. So I want to shout out PJ really quick to everybody. He just let me know he isn't feeling good. He threw up, so I asked him if he chugged hot sauce again, just so everybody knows.
Did he?
That's,
No.
Well, I mean that's what happened last time. He literally had to like leave set
Wow.
to go to the bathroom. He's had to leave set a couple times. One time he just took his shirt off, which I think that's pretty tame for him actually.
He's like overheating or something? Or?
I don't know,
he
but
just
he just
has a weird.
he just went full on Bert Kreischer and just
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
even at our wedding, there's photos of him just like
There were buttons.
unbuttoned.
There were buttons being undone.
unbuttoned in
Although
front
to
of
be
John.
fair, I was doing that too. He wasn't the only one. I was kind of joining in on that.
No, my favorite thing was when we cut the cake. We cut the cake with the pirate sword. One of our friends filmed it, and he's like, "Don't lick the sword. Do not lick the
You
sword."
hear PJ in the
And-
background. Lick the sword.
Yeah,
We listened to PJ.
yeah.
She listened to PJ.
That
too.
happened to be like one of I don't know how to describe it, but it happened to be like just one of the most memorable moments of the night.
Mm-hmm.
Was
I
just
did the
licking
worm also.
pirate.
Did you?
I did.
Excellent.
On our
That's
entrance,
good.
he asked me before we went. He was like, "Can I do the worm?" I was like, "Go for it, man."
Honestly,
My
I didn't
job
know-
is done.
I didn't know if I was gonna be able to do it because
Did you
you know,
practice?
no, it
Nope.
wasn't even that. It
Oh.
was just anxiety. Just
Oh, sure.
From,
Yeah.
wedding.
Nerves. Yeah.
Because I was dealing with it, for like about a month straight.
Mm-hmm.
So, when the wedding came, it wasn't at like its worst, but it was like pretty close. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this right now. But no, I just had to take a couple steps kneeling down. It just took me
Okay.
a second,
There you go. Good.
but I did it.
Good
But,
for
like,
you.
licking the sword, it was a great moment.
There's like this perfect picture of me, right? Where like I'm holding the sword at the perfect angle, and she's literally just like, and I'm just smiling in the picture.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it was great. But
Sounds like a great party.
yeah, no, we had fun.
It was a fun.
That's
It
good.
would have been a memorable one.
Shout out.
No
Rainbow.
Nobel Peace Prize winners.
No,
but,
if it was surprise. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
but
No, nobody like crazy famous.
yeah, no, we're not cool enough. She asked me if there was gonna be security coming into here, like there's gonna be like pat downs and stuff like that.
No.
Like, nah, I'm not that special.
I'm the only security.
I'm flattered.
Uh-huh.
But so the first time that I went in a Jersey Girl Cafe, I don't know for sure, and this is why I'm actually kind of surprised it opened up as early as it did, because this was like 2014 or 2015,
Okay.
before even we were talking, because we started dating in 2018. We met like a year before that.
Mm-hmm.
So, and obviously, you've had more than 2 to 5 years to be open. You put different dishes on your menu. You've found different ways to promote. You've had all these different, ways you guys have been able to like make revenue. What are some of the mistakes that you've made that you want to share so that other people looking to open their own place for people to eat can stay open for longer periods of time? This will probably be the last question, by the way, because Ruben's starting to wave his finger.
Gotcha. So I'm going to say a menu misstep we made was we're trying to grow our dinner business. So we started out breakfast and lunch, and we decided, okay, let's try to be open for dinner time. And it was like slow going to start out with
Yeah.
dinner service kind of thing. Because I still feel like a lot of times people, they go out to lunch is one thing, like a casual restaurant, but maybe dinner, you want a waitress, you want a drink, and those kinds of things. So it's like, how do we reach out to people who want, dinner? And we had tried like almost like an appetizer kind of tapas kind of a menu kind of a thing. And it was okay. Some people loved it, but most people just didn't know what to make of it because it didn't fit the whole
vibe.
model, the vibe for the restaurant. So to me, the thing is, you got to stay with the vibe. Whatever vibe you're trying to set, it needs to go with it. Like, people could say, oh, you should offer meatloaf, or you should do mahi-mahi tacos, or this. And it's like, yeah, but it's not the vibe.
Your
It's,
That's
a,
not our
vibe
vibe.
is
it's a
like
whole different thing than
It's a whole different thing.
what you guys have been
Right.
probably trying to portray.
Right. We're trying not to do like diner food. We don't do disco fries. We're trying not to do
I
like,
can imagine you making disco fries though, and then being phenomenal.
Why do I feel like you did at one point?
No,
Or
no,
like it was a thought.
but people have suggested it.
But here's the
Kinda
thing: that is a Jersey thing.
It is.
It is.
Like,
It is
they
a
don't-
Jersey diner thing.
Yeah, like that food is made by someone who was drunk at 2 a.m.
Yes, it
Or
is.
like
Absolutely.
us who when
Right.
when we first started dating, we
Can't
would-
make PB&J, but I could probably make disco fries.
we did pancake time at like 2 a.m. in the morning.
I would still do that. Are you kidding?
Yeah, but you
Just nobody
gotta.
knows.
Nobody's open at midnight anymore. It's so
No,
sad.
the diners don't do that anymore.
No,
No,
I can't stand it. It ruins the culture.
Yeah,
Diner
well,
culture.
no
is
one
made
wants
for
to
the
work that
working
late.
man.
Dude, I'm not going to lie, because I've taken you to VIP Diner in
Yes,
Jersey City, right?
I've never felt like more of a mobster.
That's only because The Sopranos were filmed in there.
Exactly.
that's perfect.
It was pretty cool. I went to school, because I went to St. Peter's, which VIP Diner is like right on the same road. Like, it's on the corner of, I think, Sip Avenue, and I forget what that other road is. I don't know why I forget that, but it's on the corner of one road and then Sip Avenue, and it was just like a straight shot walk in there.
Oh,
I can't
cool.
tell you how many times it's been pancake time at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Mhm.
I would do that again just to be able to do that one day. We need husband and wife pancake time, bro.
It's true.
That's how we know. That's how we know this is the real thing.
Our
okay?
usual spot for that was closes at 11 now.
What spot was
Yeah.
that?
Crystal Diner.
No
Let
one's
me
open
know.
24 hours anymore.
No, it's the same.
They
Nope.
used to be.
Nope.
But Jersey Girl can be.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
No, Kathy would be like, I'm
No,
going to
she's
kill
not
you for
doing that. Are you
suggesting
kidding?
that.
I have a staff member who's trying
She
to
would
get us to be
rather-
open later.
She would rather you. She would rather you suggest disco fries. She would rather make
No,
you disco fries.
I am the challenging one. So I will put like last week. I think I did a scrambled egg with the rosemary garlic chicken on a bagel,
Okay.
like and
Okay.
cheddar cheese. Like I am the one that challenges with weird food.
You can do that. That's all good.
It's cheese. It's okay.
Yeah.
I'll allow it. I'll allow it because it's cheese.
No, they use real fresh ingredients.
I
at
love
Pump It
how
Up-
this
at
man
Pump It
is
Up
over-
Kitchen.
I love how this man is over here waving his finger at me like I gotta wrap up. Bro, I saw this coming through the window.
I was stretching my hand because I was under the.
That's a pretty weird stretch, Ruben. What is that? Why are you like
Is it my
conducting me to like try to get off and go on with your day, and then grabbing the keys to go to the bathroom?
12 minutes.
You might find PJ in there drinking some more hot sauce, just so you know.
Check 'em out.
Yeah.
Might be out of Ralph's mason jar too.
I'll breathe the Lysol.
Good man.
No, but yeah, no,
Might
I
have time for more questions now.
There you go.
I constantly like just ask for the weirdest things because I have a weird palate. It's very bland. It's very like
It's okay.
not diverse at all.
It's okay.
And then like
You're very
midday,
basic.
like I think it was last week, we were all like talking about the tots in our office. And everybody's like, all right, are you getting tots? Are you getting tots?
Tots for everybody.
Yeah,
That's right.
like we should just cater tots.
They want you to show them your tots. Just so
We
you
did
know.
tots for a wedding. We did reception. We did. They wanted the garlic parm
Amazing.
tots. Yeah.
I like garlic parm. The thing I don't like is when people like just gob the sauce on. There needs to be a perfect ratio.
Yes, there it is. Yes, absolutely.
Perfect ratio.
Has to be just right. Yeah.
Yeah. Like
That's
I've had like I had Wawas the other day and I was ready to throw up because
Mm.
the ratio's off.
What, with garlic and parmesan?
Because they do the garlic aioli, but they like just like gobbed it on there
That's no good.
in a pile, like
That's
no
horrible.
variation, no nothing. Like
No, no, no,
it's
no,
just-
Just
no.
like in a random pile, and it's like just a dip now.
Yeah, pretty much. Like,
You shouldn't buy food where you buy your gas.
well, yeah, it's probably good advice, but
Coffee is different, but not.
you shouldn't buy pizza where you buy gas. Though I will say this, a Wawa pizza is the closest thing to like fair pizza.
Oh, really?
Like
Fair-
traveling fair
It's
pizza.
Yeah.
pizza.
Yeah.
I can't understand why you'd get pizza from a Wawa on Route 33. There's 14 pizzerias with like in a 2-mile.
There's
Yeah.
14
Stretch.
Wawas in a 2-mile radius.
Yeah, there is.
So
You and I were
Wawa
just
like
talking
right
about-
next to our house.
You and I were just talking about New Egypt, all right? So we are the like
The
triangle
Wawa
Wawas.
right next to the gym.
So there was Wawa in the middle of town.
Yes.
There was a Wawa right next to Potter's Square.
Yes,
and
there
then you
is.
had Great Adventures Wawa.
That's a huge Wawa.
So like
Yeah.
all three of them.
It's a lot of Wawas. That's true.
Within a 5-minute drive.
Yeah.
It's 3
Yeah.
Wawas.
Mm.
Like gobblers were gobbled in high school.
This is very true. She would know. She's a goblin.
Yeah, I am. I am a goblin. And that's why I eat weird food.
It's okay. You're still basic.
Like I went to Kathy the other day or a couple weeks ago, and I was like, "Can we add cheese and bacon and
Can we
this?"
unbuffalo these wings?
Yeah, we did do that too. No, the thing my office likes the most is the buffalo chicken quesadilla.
That's very popular.
That's what they like the
Buffalo
most.
chicken taste, yeah. Buffalo chicken tots also
Mm.
pretty popular.
That's like the first tots that I got you from there too. Remember,
Yeah.
you were like, "Just give me something random," and I got
Thank
the
you
buffalo
Thank
chicken
you for
tots.
showing me those tots. I appreciate
I was
it.
like, "Oh, this is buffalo. It must be spicy. He'll love it."
And then I kind of just ate it.
So
Like it
I
was
have a
regular
question on your Jersey Girl Cafe November menu. What is chutney? You had cranberry chutney.
Yes, we made
On
a
one of the
cranberry chutney.
sandwiches.
So a chutney is a type of sauce.
Okay.
It's usually with fruits, sometimes vegetables like onions and garlic and that kind of thing. Usually there's vinegar in there and spices. And it's usually cooked. It's not like a raw sauce.
Okay.
So we make a cranberry chutney with fresh cranberries, and then it has raisins, cider vinegar, a bunch of spices in there, orange juice or pineapple juice, and we cook it till it's like thick.
It was like sweet, like cranberry.
It's like
sauce?
sweet and tart. Yeah,
Okay.
it's really good, and we use it for our pilgrim panini.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was good.
That's good, good, good.
Is that why you were wondering?
Yeah, because I read it on the menu and I was like, well, I don't know what that is. We can't try that. But like I asked like my coworkers and stuff, I was like, what is chutney? Never knew.
Yeah, it's a cooked sauce. Usually it's sweet and vinegary, like tart kind of thing.
Okay.
So, yeah, usually made with some kind of fruit like mango, cranberries. We have a fig chutney we make. Yeah.
I swear, she can make fruitcake amazing. Sound amazing.
All right. Well, I mean, cake is usually pretty good. So
Yeah, have you ever had a fruitcake?
It's not cake.
It's
I don't know.
No.
I just heard the word cake.
If it's done properly, it's just fruit held together with rum.
I listen to about half of that. Not even really, because cake has less letters. So I'm actually kind of glad he, just made up some weird hand stretch for no reason. Because I actually got so into the conversation that I actually forgot how much I wanted to ask this. You mentioned you were featured on diners, drive-ins, and dives. I actually asked if it was true because I had heard that a while back, and you guys have told me you've been on there twice. So, what was that like? What was Guy Fieri like? What was like the process for the show? What'd you make? Tell us all about it.
It was a very, very cool experience. So I got an email from their production company saying, we'd like to talk to you. And we scheduled a phone interview. They talked to me for about an hour and a half and talked about different dishes we make and that kind of thing. And then didn't hear anything. And then about a week before they were going to come out, they called me and said, hey, you want to be on the show? I said, sure. So it's a full day just with the film crew.
Okay.
filming. It was like a 12 or 13-hour day, just filming over and over and over again, getting stuff done. You invite friends and family and regulars to be your customers for the day
Yeah.
because you have to be closed.
Okay.
You cannot be open because basically the whole restaurant's like turned inside out while they're
Okay.
there. So yeah, we did that for a day and a half, a full day, and then a couple days later, Guy Fieri was scheduled to come in. He's there for a couple hours.
Okay.
So when they film with you, it's like one take, and then they have so much footage from what they did before, they can just chop things up and splice things together
Okay.
and all that kind of stuff. So it all goes very, very smoothly.
So is it like
yeah.
12 hours of just like filming and it's just one take and they just
It's-
chop up like 30
Well, it's
minutes of it?
multiple. It's not one take for the 12 hours, but it's
Okay.
like make this now, make that, make this. Let's do this again, do this again, like do it again one more time, more
Okay.
energy, that kind of thing. So you're just repeating some things over and over again until it's like perfect or you're exhausted.
Yeah.
But one of the things is very cool. It's the crew was very, very nice, and they use digital cameras, of course, and so they can film it, and then on a screen you can see what they did, and they can add the effects and filters and whatever else they do. And at one point, I forget one of the dishes that I made, and they had it with the Food Network like screen behind it and the logo, and it was like magic. It was like
That's cool.
that is so cool. So yeah, and then Guy Fieri comes, and we had to be there super, super early. And one thing that they were very organized with was make sure you use the same bowls and spatulas and tools that you did the first day. So when you're filming it with Guy Fieri, it's the same thing, so it all looks cohesive.
Okay.
And not like, the bowl changed or the spatula changed or, that kind of a thing.
So you
So
had
it's
to
all
wash everything.
so they put it all on a board and they had everything and they saved it, and yeah, that was incredible. They're very, very organized. So then he was there, and that was like it was like we had to be there like 5 o'clock in the morning. He was going to be there at 7,
Wow.
and it was like the quickest 2 hours of my life ever, like just getting all set up and ready and all that kind of stuff. And when I came in the morning, along the side of our building was a big tractor trailer, and they were unloading the car he drives.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, so that was.
So
kinda
was it
cool.
like right in front of your?
Yeah, right on the side of the building. Yep. So that was very cool. But yeah, he's very smart.
Oh, is he?
He's very, very smart. Yes, you don't see all the parts where you would realize how smart he is. He's a very smart person.
So what made you realize that Guy Fieri was a smart guy?
Just some of the questions he asked and the suggestions, the things that he talked to me about.
I'm actually kind of curious.
He had like
What is
some
it?
interesting insights about like product kind of a deal. So it's like technical stuff.
Okay.
Technical foodie stuff. But
Got
yeah,
it.
he's very, very smart.
I was gonna say I'm just a foodie in stomach size. Not really much else. But I really, really appreciate you being on here. I know Ruben gave me the finger wag earlier. Thank you so much for coming on the show, talking to us about Jersey Girl. I've really been looking forward to this for a while, and I wanted to ask you a while before I did. I just didn't do it.
It was my
So,
pleasure.
I really, really really appreciate you being on here. Thank you so
Cool.
much.
Thank you.
Is there anything you want to promote, especially?
Definitely before we get off air, please.
Yes.
Let's see. So one of the things we also do is a meal prep service. So for people who don't like to cook, don't want to cook, don't know how to cook, feel intimidated by cooking,
So this is a sales pitch.
we publish a menu every Sunday, and you can order a week's worth of meals.
I'm
It's
about to learn how to spread on
it's
bread.
all
Let's go.
healthy.
Yeah, that's the,
so
kicker
this-
right there.
one of the-
Healthy meal prep.
Healthy meal prep, portion sizes, all that kind of good stuff. So we do a bunch of different things at the cafe.
Well, once again, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
Really, really appreciate you being here. Thank you for filling in for PJ. I wish I got to see you chug hot sauce, but I know you'd never do it.
No, I know
Yeah.
my limits.
We tried. We've gotten Cajun fries down, so I'm hopeful.
Baby steps.
But anyways, everybody, this has been Hot Tag Takes here on HamiltonRadio.net channel HR2. John BRECKO, Abby BRECKO, Kathy RANA here on Hamilton Radio. Let's go. Be back for the Christmas show this Sunday.